Welcome, fellas, to the Captain Saver Bro Show, episode 59. I think we on 59. Are we on 59? I'm trying to get to 100. But anyway, man, it's going to be the pros and cons to dealing with younger women versus older women, because there's a huge debate going on. Well, not really a huge debate. The general consensus is that men should date women under 23, 24. They say, oh, women under over 24, 23 is leftovers, and they're problematic and blah 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 blah. And a lot of these guys ain't never really been out here, and I done been out here for sure. So I spent my life out here. So I'm gonna break that game down. I've dealt with younger women and older women. I don't want to say at scale, because I don't want to make it seem like I've dated 10,000 women, but I've dealt with more women than most guys ever will. Just put it like that. My body count and me I've dealt with more women by the time I was 21 than most guys ever will in their whole life. They say the top, 5% of guys, got a body count of, 40 or 50, 60. I was 21 with that. So I'm gonna just say that. But I don't want to brag and be like, oh, I did this, because that don't make you a man. That how many women you sleep with don't make you a man. It's not even an accomplishment. But for me, it's just the experience that I gained, out dating and dealing with women and shit like that. So we're gonna get into that. But first, guys, I need everybody to like this video, especially if you're watching on YouTube. Like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you can get this good player-ish fresh off the press. Y'all know my slogan. Playerism is indeed the antidote to feminism. Also, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple or wherever else you're listening to this, hit the like or heart it or whatever and leave a review. Make sure you leave a review. Give me a 5-star review. Let everybody know that the game fire. This helps it helps the algorithm. It helps me out in the algorithm, and it helps guys. It makes the platform push the podcast in the broadcast, or not the broadcast, but the podcast to guys who need the information. You understand what I'm saying? So guys, throw me a bone, hit the like. It's free. Like it, give me a review. If you're watching on YouTube, leave me a comment. And King Dre, we trust y'all. Already know how we do. But also, guys, we are 3.5 days away from launching Seduction Mastery, which is my top tier course. All of my courses are fire. All of my courses are important, but this one is the deepest, and it's the darkest, and it's the most robust. It is 7 hours long. So we're launching that on November 20th. So November 20th through the 24th, you have an opportunity to purchase the Seduction Mastery. So when you purchase the Seduction Mastery course, not only do you get that course, you get 6 other courses along with it to help you out in your game. So it's a package deal. And not only do you get the 6 other courses, you get 8 weekly support meetings with me. So we meet once a week, every week, to go over things that you in the course, or help you with your game, or whatever the case may be. And you get access into the Players Club. Now, when you're in the Players Club, you get you get 2 meetings with me. So you get 2 meetings with me per month. So when you get access to Seduction Mastery package, you'll meet with me 4, 6, 12 times in 2 months. You can't beat that. That's worth the price alone. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't even talk about all of the other programs that you're going to get, but it's a huge benefit to purchasing the Seduction Mastery package. Go to theseductionmastery.com or click the link in the bio, click the link in the description, click the link in the chat. Wherever you see this at, make sure you click that link. Other than that, guys, let's get into it. I'm probably going, as far as like the podcast go, I'm still going to do these style podcasts, but I'm thinking I want to do more of call-in type, not no trolley, but like a serious call-in type thing, like once a week, where I help the guys. And you guys know I already do the Tuesday live stream where I just chop up game with the chop up game with the audience, take Q&As and stuff like that. But I think in addition to that, I'm going to add in a call-in show once a week. So we'll have that going by the new year. So just stay tuned. There's going to be more content coming. And I may push this style of podcast to maybe twice a month. You understand? So just let me know what y'all want, man, down in the comments. I love doing this style, but I also like, I think a lot of people get a lot more value out of me talking to a person one on one, and they can hear it, they can hear a story and stuff like this. Not to say that people don't get value from these, because these are very important, but I think people will get more value in that. So it's not that I'm gonna take these styles away, because I'm gonna always keep doing these, because these are very important. Because also, although I do like, that type of style, I do like the focused, structured, how to make a woman fall in love. Well, that's a course, but the pros and cons to XYZ, then listing it, it's just a structured style of learning. I do think that is very valuable, and I think that there's guys who benefit from that too. So we're gonna do it all, but I was just letting you guys know that in addition to what we have going on, we're gonna add something else, to the I guess the game room. We're gonna add something else to the game room. So be on the lookout for that. Now, let's get into it, man. First, before we get into the topic, y'all heard what's going on with Diddy, man? Have you guys heard what's going on with Diddy? That's pretty crazy, man. I don't want to even say it's crazy, because, we've been hearing stuff about Diddy for forever, man. But you guys have to be careful of what you're doing to people. You don't know how they perceive what you're doing to them based on where they come from. You don't know what type of motives they have. You just have to make sure you protecting yourself. And like the old days, like my grandma and mother and everybody, all my elders in my family taught me, you treat people the way that you want to be treated. It's just clear. It's just that simple. And I've always lived my life by that. I treat people the way that I want to be treated. Is that to say that things can't happen to me and somebody can't come out and I probably did some goofy shit like curse a bitch out or something like that, in my day? Still will. I'm not gonna say that I've matured past cursing a bitch out, but and even when I do that, it's not even because I'm not a mudslinger too much. Now, if I need to, but when I go there, it's more so to be heard. You understand what I'm saying? It's more so a masculine aggression. It's more so toxic masculinity. I can get very aggressive. If I feel like, sometimes just depending on the person, if I feel like, I'm not being heard, and I'm not saying somebody owe it to me to hear me, but I think if we have a certain type of rapport, I need that. I need some straightening. So, and I'm not as bad as I used to be with it. Now I'm more so, and even with certain people throughout my life, I'm more so, mostly I'm the type, okay, if I can't express myself to you, if I can't talk to you, then fuck you, basically. But there's the people who you've invested in, and it's not just women, it's family or friends or whatever. Like, you get into it, you don't want to cut your brother off and shit. You don't want to cut your sister off or your cousin or whatever. So it may get a little hostile, it may get a little aggressive. So that's what I'm saying. But outside of that, man, you gotta. I said all that to say, just make sure you paying attention to the way that you treating people. Simple. Because gone are the days of you doing things to people and mistreating people and nothing happening and it gets swept under the rug. Those days are long gone. You mistreat a person, especially women, you take advantage of them, they coming back for you, especially if you got a bag. So just be mindful of the way that you're treating people. And I'm not to say that he did it or didn't do it. I don't know. And I don't like to speak on stuff like that because that's in the realm of gossip. You understand? And y'all know I don't like to gossip. If I'm talking about anything celebrity-wise, it's a video that a motherfucker did something, and I talked about it to give you the game. It's not like, speculate this, that. I'm just not a gossiper. I don't spread bullshit. I spread game, not bullshit. So I can say, though, just be mindful of the way that you treat people. And again, like, he's been known to, allegedly do some crazy shit. Even just having them kids walk to fucking, walk all the way fucking across town for a piece of cheesecake. That's stuff like that. That's, for an opportunity. And I'm not saying that, people shouldn't earn their spot, but you can you can be excessive. And for those who don't know, I'm talking about when he made, the band, he had the band or whatever, he made them walk from, I don't know, Manhattan to Brooklyn, and that's a long way. I just went to New York City. That ain't no bullshit walk. He made them walk from Manhattan to Brooklyn for a piece of cheesecake at like, in the middle of the night and shit like that. That's abusive, man. That's in order to because you have an opportunity, you make somebody do something extreme for it. You understand? So you just guys have to be mindful of the way that you treating people. My guys that's in positions of power where people depend on you, you have to be mindful of the way that you treating the people up under you, the people who's serving you, the people who's following you, the people who up under you. You just have to be mindful and keep your business and your pleasure separate. Simple. Don't fuck with chicks who you work with. Don't fuck with chicks who you employ. Don't fuck with chicks who's your manager. Just keep it separate, bro. Just keep it separate. So I just say that again. I don't know. Sucks to be him, and again, I can't convict him of that because I don't know. And who's to say that, she's lying? I don't know. I'm not one of them ones to say, oh, with all the women, because it's some horrible people. I've seen men do some crazy shit. People that I know personally do crazy shit to people and crazy shit to women. So, who knows? Who knows? Just be careful and treat people the way that you want to be treated. But anyway, guys, let's get straight into the game, man. I don't want to take all of your time. I just want to get to the game. Let's get it. Now, as I said before, man, there's this the general consensus is to date younger women. Older women are used goods and blah, 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 and they have all type of problems and, all of that. And me personally, you date who you want to date. I'm just going to give you the game, and you just got to pick your poison. Like I tell you guys all the time, I don't care where she at in the planet. I don't care how old she is. A bitch is going to be a bitch. A woman is a woman, period. So all human beings going to come with some issues. There's nobody perfect. When you go into a relationship, there's something that a woman going to have to put up with your motherfucking ass. You understand? There's some things about you that are red flags. Every one of you dudes listening to this, you have red flags according to somebody else. And so what I'm saying is, you just got to pick your poison. I'm not going to be, I'm not the one to tell you, oh, you shouldn't date younger women or you shouldn't date older women. Now, I am going to tell you to stay away from younger women. And that's just for something long term. But if you want to do that, go ahead, because that's not to say that older women don't have their bullshit either. But younger women personally, I don't fuck with them. Not like that. I just don't fuck with younger women, for anything serious. I'm not finna fuck with no fucking, I'm 39. I'm not gonna fuck with no chick that's 45 either. I'm not gonna fuck with no chick that's 40. I do the 30 and up, 27 and up, 27, 28 and up. To about 35, 36, 37, something like that. I could fuck with a chick my age. I'm not gonna go too high, chicks that's in their 40s and shit. No. But I fuck with a woman on that scale. But younger chicks, I don't do. And again, I can just only advise you. I can give you the game and say, watch out, But personally, I don't do the younger women. And I don't think you should either. But if you want to, if that's your cup of tea, if that's your bag, go right ahead. But that's the general advice. And truly, too, like younger women who, like super young women, 18, 19, who date you, if you're 40, there's something mentally going on. That's not to say that the woman can't treat you right. That's not to say that, she can't be submissive and, y'all have a good time, but there's something going on. So if you have the skills and you have the capacity to deal with what's going on behind the scenes in the mind and the trauma that's going on, do you. But that comes with some shit. Just know that. But yeah, I tell all my guys, man, just especially younger guys. What I mean is, if you're a 21-year-old guy, you shouldn't have no 21. You shouldn't have no girlfriend, period. But a girl that's 21 years old, especially if she good looking, she hot, she fine. She pretty much only with you for emotional support. If you in her age group, y'all the same age, or if you younger than her, you pretty much just around for emotional support. And that's just the hard truth. You understand what I'm saying? But again, do you now? When I do the pros and cons, there's no magic number to the ages. So what I'm saying is, when I say younger women are more this, there's no magic number. So that's what I'm saying is, I don't mean like, oh, 23 and under. There's just, what I mean is the older, the younger. So the older a woman is, the more likely she's to have these pros, or the more likely she's to have these cons. The younger a woman is, she's more likely to have these pros or cons. But there's no specific age gap on it. Like after 30, then they're more this. It's that's not what I'm saying. So let's say if I say, younger women have blue hair, right? They tend to have blue hair. I don't mean younger women under 24. I mean that, the younger the woman are, the more likely she's to have blue hair. That's what I mean. So that's just an example. And also, I just want you guys to realize that I'm speaking generally. Generally speaking, this is not talking about your specific situation. I'm not talking about the outliers. I'm not talking about you. I know most people are narcissistic and they think that I'm talking about them. I know most guys think that I'm talking about you, and I woke up thinking about you. I'm not. I know most women are going to hear a clip that or listen to this, and they're going to think that I'm talking about them when I say, younger women tend to be whores or whore curious. And they say they're going to think that I wake up and I'm thinking about them. I'm not fucking talking about you. I'm talking about generally. I hate that I have to preface it like that, but I fucking do. But anyway, let's get to it. So we're going to talk about younger women first. We're going to do the pros to younger women and the cons to younger women. And again, I'm doing this so you guys can have the information, you guys can have the game, and you can choose accordingly. And I'm doing this because I've been out here and I've dealt with women successfully and unsuccessfully for my entire life. That's what I did with my life. I fuck with hoes and I hustle. That's what I did my whole life. You understand? And when I wasn't in the streets no more, I worked and I fuck with hoes my whole life. And when I found purpose is when I found that, hey, life ain't all about hoes. How this is just, I'm just feeling a void, and I filled that void with purpose. But anyway, I'm saying that to say how some guys, they tell you don't chase ass, don't chase women in your 20s because you ain't going to have shit and da-da-da. I was the guy who didn't listen to that. So whereas most of you guys, when you get 30 and whatever, your credit is good, you ready, but you ain't got no game because you ain't been fucking with no hoes because you've been building yourself. I was the opposite. I wasn't building my credit and none of that shit. And by the time I was 31, 32, 33, I was a fucking loser. I didn't have no credit, no nothing. I didn't have no skills, no none of that shit. But I had a whole bunch of game and I know how to deal with women. So I was the complete opposite. So I'm saying that to say I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You understand? But yeah, so the pros and the cons to younger women. Now, the first pro, we're going to do the pros first for younger women. The first pro for younger women is younger women tend to be more optimistic, right? Younger women tend to be more optimistic. They don't really have that negative worldview yet, generally. Now, I'm not talking about the chick who got beat up and shit. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about generally younger women tend to be more optimistic about the world, right? For example, younger women, like if you have a woman who's 21, 22, 23, and you are, let's say 26, and you got this wild idea to start this business and just nobody believes in, that younger woman is more than likely to support you than an older woman, because the younger woman, failure hasn't beat her down and locked her in a box yet. You understand what I'm saying? And so her fantasies and dreams are just as wild as yours, and she believes that she can achieve them and you can achieve them too. So if you have a younger woman in your corner, generally they're a lot more positive towards different viewpoints in different businesses or whatever. They're just more positive about it. Another example, right? Like about love. Like younger women are more open to love. Now, again, if you're 21 years old and your girl 21 years old, you just some emotional support, just emotional tampon. But even then, they still this idea of love and romance and positive love, and I can find a guy that's gonna treat me right. And there's some good men. They have this optimism, right? That's why a lot of the times when women get played when they're younger, they get played by more experienced guys who may be considered players or alpha males. They play on these women's optimism. Guys who have ill intentions, they prey on women's optimism, And that's not to say that there are not good men, because there are. But typically when we was young, we preyed on that. Like, you know, she think I'm different. You see what I'm saying? She think that I'm different. So she gonna see me. I sell drugs. I'm a fucking street thug. But I'm a little bit more romantic. I'm showing my soft side. So she think I'm different than the stories that her mama told her about. You understand what I'm saying? That's the type of optimism that I'm talking about. And I'm not telling you guys to use that and to exploit that out of a woman, especially younger guys. Don't exploit that. You want women to keep that. A lot of the times, men like me have ruined that in women. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just not right. But they have that, and that helps you, you know, as a man. Like that positive support, that positive outlook, that helps you. Like my woman now, she still has that positive, that because she's been protected her whole life. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, she was fortunate enough to not have, like, you know, shitbag boyfriends like me and shit when I was younger. Like, you know, her dad was in her life and shit like that. So she's been protected. Like, life didn't really beat her down and shit. And she's over 30. You understand what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that can help you to balance your view out. Because, you know, men, we have it hard and shit. You know, that optimistic outlook can help you, you know, in the way that you deal with people. It can help you in your business. It can help you make more money and shit. Because there would be times where, you know, there'd be times when my chick, right, like somebody will do something or say something or something will happen, and I like the motherfucker trying me, or I would think the worst of the situation. And, you know, she would come in with her fucking optimism, like, nah, that's not really, you know, don't approach it like that. You know, maybe try it like this. Here's a different spin on it. And then I take her advice and I apply the shit and it worked. Or it was the way that she said it was, and I'm just thinking negative because I've been through so much bullshit through my whole life. And so this is just the way I'm trained to see shit. You understand what I'm saying? So, again, that's not to say that older women can be optimistic, because, again, I'm giving you an example of an older woman who's more optimistic, but she was just protected her whole life from the bullshit. You understand? Like, she ain't never been cheated on, and all, like, most women have been cheated on. She ain't never been cheated on because she was smart enough to not deal with guys like that when she was younger. You see what I'm saying? She had people in her ear teaching her certain things, and she just listened to them. And that's not to say she ain't go through bullshit, but, like, she just still has that. And what I'm saying is, just because a woman is older don't mean she don't have it. However, younger women have this more than older women. So yeah, that's the first pro, that younger women tend to be more optimistic. The second pro is younger women tend to be more energetic, right? Younger women have more energy. They have more vitality, right? They can go out all night. Then they can, you know, they can go to the club, go to a party, 4 o'clock in the morning, come do 1,000 tricks on your dick, go to sleep for 2 hours, get up and go to work the next day for 8 hours. Like, they can do that. They just have more energy. They're more vibrant, right? Life ain't beat them down yet. The check engine light didn't come on yet. You see what I'm saying, right? They can ride you and shit. Their knees don't be giving out. They don't be getting tired. They can suck dick all night. They just have more energy and they're more lively. You see what I'm saying? They're more, I don't want to say fun, but just can be a very good time. And they can that energy can rub off on you. That youthful spirit, it can make you feel alive again. That energy can make you feel, especially if you're older, it can make you feel like you're young again. It can make you feel alive. Like, you understand what I'm saying? That's one positive that younger women do have, right? Also, they don't have that old hoe curfew, right? Right? I call it the old hoe curfew. They be going to sleep, though. The older women, once women start getting in their 30s and they got careers and they got a kid or two and shit like that, they be in the bed by 8 o'clock. So you know you on your shit. You got your business going. You don't stop working. You get off work at 7, or you close down the business at 7. Then you go to the gym. Then you go do this. Then you go do that. So you ready to chill. It's 11 o'clock. This old hoe sleep. You see what I'm saying? She sleeps 9 o'clock. She knocked out. You dig what I'm saying? So I'd have met a lot of older women like that, like 30 plus. And I don't mean 40s. I'm talking about when they start to hit 30 plus and shit like that, they be out fast. 8 o'clock, they be sleep. You know, it's 10 o'clock, you ready to roll. You know, they sleep. You texting them, you trying to hit them up, they sleep. So um, younger women don't have that old whole curfew. You call a younger woman at 8 o'clock. I mean, you call a younger woman at 1 a.m. She ready. You dig what I'm saying? Now the third pro is obviously better looking. That's just biology. It's just biology. The younger you are, the more vitality you have, the more youthful your skin is. Your skin glow more. You don't have the wrinkles. Your body is tight. You don't have the fat. You have a high metabolism. You see what I'm saying? You can eat, a woman that's 22 can eat bullshit, not drink water, and eat honey buns all day and still not be fat. Once the motherfucker start, 30, 32, 33, bitch eat one honey bun, she bloated for the next year. You dig what I'm saying? So just younger women, just better looking. Now I will say this is probably gonna get me in trouble, but I'm gonna say it anyway. One thing about black women, typically, if a black woman take care of herself, I don't know what it is about black people, but if a black woman takes care of herself, don't smoke, don't drink, or super stressed out, black women can typically look good for a long time. Black women can typically look good for a long time. If a black woman take care of herself, I'm not talking about this makeup and funky ass Miss Potato Head bullshit that they be putting on, but a natural black woman that takes care of herself, eats good, don't drink or smoke, and live a fairly stress-free life can look good for a very, very long time. White chicks though, white chicks fucking age like milk, bro. Straight up. And that's not, I ain't on no race shit, racist shit, but it just is what it is. White chicks be aging like milk. I used to be on dating apps. When I used to be on the dating apps, you'll see a woman, she'll be like 30 and she'll look 40. So maybe they be lying by their age, but you'll see these women, they be like, 32, 33, and they be looking like 50 and shit. It's like, damn, bro. And even like the white chicks I know that's, like the white chicks that I went to school with and shit. Most of the white chicks that I went to school with, and all of them, bro. I'm 39, right? They be looking like they 60. They be looking old as fuck. So, I don't know. Hopefully they don't get me in trouble, but yeah, but younger women tend to be way, better looking than older women typically. Now the the next pro, right, is younger women have less life baggage, right? They haven't been beaten down and disappointed by life. They haven't been disappointed by King Dre and his homies and, all you lying sack of shits who be telling you chicks the world and all. They haven't been beaten down by that yet. So they don't have as much baggage. They don't have as much trauma yet. Now, if they on the wrong path, if a younger woman is on that crazy path, so where she's bucking the system, she's developing the shit to where she's gonna have this shit in her older age. But you can hear it you can hear the innocence in a young woman's voice. And I'm talking about a younger woman who's doing the right thing. I'm not talking about these club party hoes and shit like that. They just have less life baggage, less trauma, less anxiety, less depression, less pessimistic views, less guards up and shit. You see what I'm saying? And that's a good thing because, the more baggage that a woman come with, that's just more shit that you got to carry as a man because, society has made us responsible for the shit. We got to be responsible for it as the kings and the leaders and all this old bullshit. We got to be responsible for seeing to that we kind of, take care of that. And we got to deal with that as men. So, the more baggage, the worse. And younger women tend to not have as much baggage. Now, the last pro, and of course there's always more. Younger women are more open and susceptible to good game and leadership. That's just facts. Younger women are more open and susceptible to good game and good leadership. Now, all women are open and susceptible to some real good game, but younger women are way more open and they have a naivety about them. They'll damn near follow you blindly, younger women. And that could be a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing for you. And I'm not saying this because I don't want you guys to exploit things like this. But Younger women are just way more open to susceptible to good game, even bad game, and bad leadership. They're just more open to your game and your leadership, whether it's good or bad, right? They haven't failed much yet in that department. Younger women haven't failed much yet in that department, meaning they ain't met King Dre yet, and King Dre fucked on them for 8 months, and then it's just like, went back home or fucking went to somebody else or tossed them to the side or whatever. King, they ain't had that yet. You did what I'm saying? They gave King Dre everything, and then King Dre was just like, nah, we can't be together. They ain't had much of that yet. They didn't have, Dirty Dog David, lying ass Raheem, fucking telling her, oh, I only fucking with nobody but you, and you my only girl in the world, and then, Raheem get caught fucking her sister. They ain't had this type of shit happen yet. So, when they meet a man who they like, they tend to follow him more. They're more susceptible to his way of doing things. They tend to follow him wherever he going, younger women, and they'll do it blindly. You understand what I'm saying? They haven't really developed. Another thing is younger women haven't really even developed their own program yet. So typically when you meet an older woman, she got her own program. She got her own way of doing things, and your way got to be better for her to ditch her shit and follow yours, or it got to be meshable. Younger women, older women typically have their shit going on, and not to say that they super successful, but they at least stable to where you come in, she ain't gonna just blindly follow you, bro. You see, whereas a younger woman can, you get a younger woman, she'll follow you, she'll follow your program because she don't got her own program. You see what I'm saying? They more than willing to jump on your ship or jump in your car because they don't got their own yet, if that makes sense. And I'm not talking about a physical car. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You don't have to have as much game you gotta, they like you, and you gotta have some leadership skills, whether it's good or bad. You gotta have a little game and a younger woman to follow you. So that's a good thing. Now, the cons, right? Let's get into the cons of younger women. The first con is younger women are typically not mature emotionally. And most people are not, all people are not mature emotionally. Our brains don't even develop. We don't really even develop fully until we're 25 yet. So that's another reason why I don't really fuck with younger women. They're not even fully developed yet. Make dumb decisions, especially emotionally. Younger women typically don't have emotional control, right? They typically don't have emotional control because they have never been held accountable yet for the dumb shit that they've done in lieu of their emotions, or that's caused by their emotions. You see what I'm saying? That's one thing. That's a no deal for me. That's a deal breaker for me personally when it comes to dealing with younger women. Is they don't have emotional control. Like a younger woman, she get in her feelings, she will literally call you 100 fucking times. Generally, I'm not saying that no old goofy bitch won't, but typically an older bitch don't even have the time to do that. An older woman, excuse me. Typically an older woman don't have the, like if an older woman got to go to work, she got a career or whatever, she got to go to work in the morning and shit. Or even if she got a job and a kid to take care of, or the kid got to get up to go to school, or they don't have the time to be doing no emotionally immature shit. Whereas the younger women have the time and capacity, and they don't care. Younger women, the shit that I see where guys getting their, cars and windows bust out and just doing all this dumb, wild shit and calling the police frivolously. And I'm not talking about they getting beat on, but just doing stupid bullshit. It comes from women, younger women, not having that emotional control. They haven't learned to develop emotional control yet. And that's, for me, that's one of the deal breakers of why I don't fuck with younger women. They tend to be more like with that, it's more like narcissistic and almost solipsistic the way that they deal with their emotions until like a man or two like humbles them, really like they lose something really good or something traumatic happens due to their fucking emotions, and until that happens, then, it's just that shit is horrible, right? Their emotions, it just causes them to do dumb shit, right? They don't have shit to lose. right? He causing scenes again, causing scenes popping up. They be cheating out of their emotions because they feel like this or they feel bored. Now, is that not to say that an old chick won't cheat out of feelings? Of course they will. But you typically see it with younger women. He wasn't showing me enough attention. He wasn't doing this. He wasn't doing that. Even if the guy is, they could just feel like it. When you see like with older women make the mistake of getting with a man who they're not attracted to for safety and security. And so even though the guy may be showing her attention, it just ain't connecting because they don't like him like that. Versus a younger woman, if you fucking don't answer the phone one night, she may feel some shit and then go fuck some other dude. Like younger women do shit like that. You know, that's not to say that old women don't cheat because all women of all ages cheat. But the reason that younger women cheat, it be just be dumb as fuck. Like even like when I used to be back in the days, you young and shit, you know 20, 21 years old, you hitting chicks, dudes, girls, and hitting the college chicks and shit. The reason why they be cheating on their boy, it be dumb shit. It be stupid shit. Whereas with older women, it's just like I'm not attracted to him. He don't do it for me. You know, I'm not satisfied. It's been 2 years and I ain't had an orgasm. Not to say that that's an excuse, but that be the reason with older women. With younger women, it be well, I just didn't like the fact that he liked this girl's picture, and so I'm gonna just get him back. Or, you know, I'm gonna let. I saw a video. Some young bitch was like, "Oh, some dude did some ex did some weird shit to her, something he did, and so she let two guys run a train on her. Like she just young and stupid. She let two guys run a train on her, come inside of her, and then call him over, and he ate her out and shit. Like young women do silly, emotional, immature shit like that. So, you know, again, that's the deal breaker for me. But that's the first con to younger dealing with younger women. Now the second one is big too. They more hoe curious, and it just is what it is. Younger women are more hoe curious, especially in this country. Right? They all got a little hoe inside of them. Every woman, even older women, have a little hoe that's inside of them, right? And you know, the women who are not promiscuous, they let that hoe out and with the man that they're safe with. But younger women don't understand that yet, especially in this day and age, and so they tend to let that hoe out indiscriminately. You know, they go through a period. You know, a lot of women, it's not for long. Now, when you have these women who, you know, they in these delayed, extended whole phases, that's a little bit something different. But just most, I ain't gonna say all, but a lot of women are just going to experiment sexually with men. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. A lot of women are gonna have sex with a man, and it's just casual. That's not to say that they're gonna do it, you know, for the rest of their life, for the rest of the year. But a lot of women are gonna meet a man, they like him, and give him some ass the first night. You know, we would consider that whole shit. You know, a lot of women are gonna see a guy that they like and don't want nothing to do with him but sex, and they're gonna, you know, have sex with him for, you know, a month or two, and that be over, and they satisfy that. A lot of women are gonna be fucking this dude and then fucking this dude too. You know, and they may not even have 50, 1,000 bodies, but to me, a hoe is a woman who can either sleep with a person casually, without emotions, or a woman who can have sex with two men at the same time. Not a train, but fuck me, she fucking me, and then she fucking him. That's a hoe to me. A hoe ain't really got nothing to do with no body count to me. And I don't even want to use the term hoe. I want to use the term slut, because a hoe is something very specific. A hoe really, when you're talking about, if we're going to be for real, a hoe is somebody who get paid to fuck. But you should use the term slut. But fuck it, we're just going to use the term hoe for the sake of, you know, conversation. But, you know, but that's what a hoe is to me. It's not necessarily, oh, once you get a certain body count, you know, because a chick could be 40 and, you know, be in a relationship every 2 years from the time that she's 18, you know, and she never cheated or none of that shit. You see what I'm saying? That's what, 20 bodies? You see what I'm saying? So it's just what you doing with your sexuality. Do you have casual sex? Or can you have sex with more than one man at the same time? Do you have the capacity to do that? If so, you're a hoe. And again, younger women tend to be more whole curious and they're more open to it. Whereas older women be like, nah, they be worried about their reputation. Well, older women get a little smart. Is that to say that older women ain't hoes? I'm not saying that. But typically when you see hoes, city girls and all this shit, these are young women. When you just look around you, when you see Fresh and Fits, when you see the Fresh and Fits, when you see when you see these guys doing the street interviews with the women that be in the streets partying and shit like that, when you see this type of content, it's typically younger women. They be saying the wild whole shit. It be typically women in their 20s. Typically. That's not to say that Fresh and Fit don't have the occasional 30-year-old, 35-year-old idiot, right? Or the 35-year-old slut. That's not to say that. But generally, for the most part, it's the younger women who be more whole curious. And it just is what it is. Now, and that's a deal breaker for me. Younger women tend to be more disorganized. Their priorities are really not aligned like that, right? They typically don't have their priorities together. They typically don't have their shit together. They don't know what they want to do in life. You see what I'm saying? They don't know how to pay bills. They don't know how to manage money. They don't know how to cultivate a family. You understand what I'm saying? They don't know how to take care of a man. You see what I'm saying? I'll get on that later, but they just disorganized. Their priorities not aligned. They want to party and do dumb shit, scroll TikTok all day, right? And in today's time, right, due to like societal engineering, they don't really be family oriented until their 30s. In today's society, women are taught to play hard until you're 27, 28, then you want to start looking for a family. So you get a chick who's 22, 23. A lot of the times, that shit just be they with you for them and for their benefit. It's not to start a family and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you can maintain them, then they may start growing and changing. But, you know, you get her when she's 22, then you can maintain her and keep her around till she's 26, 27. Then it starts to click. But at first, they don't really be on that. You know, because society teaches them. You go to college, you get a degree, you have fun, you play hard. Then around 27, 28, then you start looking for something serious. You talk to most women in this country, at least. That's the plan. That's the plan. You know, go to college, play, you know, have fun. And then 27, 28, you start looking for something serious. So their priorities are not in line. Now, the next con is younger women tend to be egotistical and damn near solipsistic, right? Egotistical meaning like an extreme self-importance, right? And that's not to say that nobody should love themselves or have a healthy ego, but their egotism like tinkers along the lines of solipsism. And solipsism is basically the belief that you're the only person in the fucking world, basically. Younger women tend to be that. They tend to be more self-centered and selfish due to men treating them this way, especially if they look good. It's not until a guy like King Dre comes along in her life and get her for everything she got, right? And this is the old King Dre, right? Have her doing all type of shit. I'm not even talking about sexually, right? And then 9 months later, I don't want nothing to do with her. It's not until that happens till they realize, like, oh, shit, I'm just like everybody else. You see, so until that happens, they typically be like, it's all about them. They only believe in them. They don't see anything outside of them until life humbles them or some player humble them, right? And make them feel hurt and human. Right? When you because there's nothing that makes you feel human. There's nothing to make you feel like a human being and being hurt. Having your feelings hurt. There's nothing makes you feel more alive than pain. You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, again, they tend to be more self-centered, selfish, because men treating them like they're the only thing in the world. guys lying to them, their fathers spoiling them and shit like that. So that's another deal breaker for me. I can't deal with a woman like that, and younger women tend to be that. Now, the next con is they thrive off of attention and validation. Yes, all human beings like attention and validation, but younger women thrive off of it. They thrive like they need it. An older woman don't really. We all like attention. We all like affection. We all like that validation. We all like it, but older women can typically be by themselves. Like older women have learned to like fucking take a year off from dating and fucking anybody. When you be hearing older women in their 30s be like, I haven't had sex in fucking a year, like that's not hard to believe. Because they've learned that they're just basically in this system, they basically just a number. Like you ain't fucking important. Don't nobody owe you no motherfucking attention. Whereas younger women, they thrive off of that attention. They thrive off of that validation, and they believe you owe them that. Younger women believe you fucking owe them attention. They believe men owe them that. They believe you owe them attention and you owe them validation. If you don't give it to them, they're gonna suck somebody else's dick, or they're gonna fucking leave you, or they're gonna cause you a problem. Younger women thrive off of that shit. The reason that they thrive off of that is because they don't have anything else. Whereas older women have children to give them attention and validation. They understand that, you know, you can go to work and do positive things and get accolades, or start a business and get accolades and get attention from elsewhere. Younger women don't have anything to give them that attention and that validation. Younger men don't either. You see what I'm saying? They don't have accomplishments. They don't have family. They have like mom and dad and, you know, brother, sister and shit like that. You know, they don't have this type of stuff to where they can get attention and validation from. And so they a lot of the times they thrive off of that attention and validation. And a lot of the times it be sexual attention and validation. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Also, they haven't really discovered their true value, right? So they think that the real attention is you know, beauty and sexuality. So they think that that's attention. That's why you see a lot of younger women doing the cleavage and the provocative shit. That's why when you see older women doing that shit, when you see a woman 30 plus with her fucking ass, she take a picture of her, it looks so goofy, because that's younger women shit. Just like when you see an older man do the money phone. Like if I did the money phone, like 40. Now, if I was a marketing coach or if I was a business coach, it's like, oh, I can help you get some money and that's different. But if I'm just a regular dude and I'm 40 years old, I got a money phone and shit, that shit goofy. That's young dude shit. That's young male attention whore shit. You see what I'm saying? Younger women just be attention whores and just thrive off of that type of attention. And again, it be beauty attention and sexual attention, because they don't have anything else. They haven't discovered their real value. They think that men, this is what men truly desire, and it's not. We want to fuck, but they haven't discovered their value as women yet. A lot of women don't even know their value. You see what I'm saying? But now the next one is the last con, and then we're going to talk about older women. The last con to younger women is they have limited knowledge on how to take care of a man. They have limited knowledge on how to take care of a man. Now, if you're a guy who got a little game and you the guy who, like, you know, I like to train my women, you know, that's cool. And this one is not a big deal for me, because I got game. And to be honest, you're supposed to, this the real game. Like, no woman is going to be a good fit for you until you make her a good fit for you. You see what I'm saying? Like, because she dealing with somebody else, she's used to the way he want to be treated. And so you're a different person. So you have to basically teach her how to treat you. But with older women, they come knowing the basics, things that a man needs. If she likes you, if an older woman, you get a woman who's 30, right? And you get a woman who's 20, and they both like you. The older woman, you will be satisfied as far as getting your needs met without talking or without having to say something. You will be a lot more satisfied with the 30-year-old than the 20-year-old as far as needs met. I'm not talking about whether you're attracted, you know, how the pussy feel and all that. But just like your basic needs as a man that we look for in a partner, an older woman can typically do that without you having to open your mouth, just basic needs. Now, if you're going to go a little bit deeper under the hood, yes, she got to get to know you and shit like that. But just basic stuff, younger women don't know how to do because they don't have the experience. And again, a lot of the times when younger women are in relationships, it be about them. People are doing things for them. Most younger women don't have to take care of their boyfriends because they little simp boyfriends do everything to them. And their relationships, their egotistical solipsism view, their relationships, they make it all about them. So they don't cater to the man unless the guy is a player who a little bit different. But generally, they don't know how to take care of a man. You see what I'm saying? Because it'd be about them. And the younger guys that they be dealing with, so if a chick is 21, her boyfriend's 21, he ain't like me. He ain't got game like me. He don't know that. It ain't really about her, bitch. It's about the relationship. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to pour into the relationship. It's not just me pouring into you. The younger guy don't have game enough to know that. So the younger guy just makes it about her because he think that's the way it's supposed to be. Just please the woman, please the woman. And so a lot of the times, the younger women just don't have, you know, the little basic shit you need, you got to tell them. And sometimes that shit can be annoying. But for, you know, something like that is not really a deal breaker for me. But if you're a guy who care about stuff like that, right? Because a lot of guys just, they want to, you know, I don't want to say they want a ready-made woman, but they don't want to have to do all this leading, and that rightfully so. I'm a leader though, so I don't mind teaching and shit. I bond through teaching. You know, one of the ways I bond is through teaching people. But you know, a lot of guys don't feel like doing that, and that's okay. You know, they're not wrong for that, for not wanting to have to fucking hold somebody's hand through life. So, you know, you can get you a woman who's a little bit older who can come out of the box knowing at least the basic stuff. So that's the pros and the cons to younger women. Now we're gonna get into the pros and the cons to older women. Now let's talk about the pros to older women. We're gonna talk about the older women now. And again, I'm not talking about 50 years old. I'm just talking about older. It's not an age limit on it. It's just older. Now, typically, the older the woman, the first pro is older women tend to be more stable, right? Stable meaning they have they have a car, they have an income, and they have somewhere to live. They're stable. I didn't say super successful. I didn't say rich. I just mean they're more stable. And with that stability, you don't have to take care of them. It's not like with younger girls, you have to finance them. You have to take care of them financially. You don't have to do anything, but you know what I mean? So with older women, you know, just going through life and going through the machine of society and societal engineering, by the time a woman get a certain age, they typically have their things together as far as the basics. And that can make it easy for you if you're a guy and you're not one of those guys who want to take care of a woman, because everybody don't want to financially take care of a woman. And that's okay. I'm not going to sit here and say, like, you got these goofy ass dudes out here talking about, oh, well, if you go 50-50, then you don't deserve cat, or you don't deserve this, or you're not a real man. That's just goofy shit. You don't, it's not about that. If you don't have to want to take care of somebody or be financially responsible for somebody, and if you don't want to be financially responsible for somebody else, another adult, that don't make you less of a fucking man. You understand what I'm saying? So I'd never be the guy sitting up here telling you, oh, you this, if you that. It's okay if you don't want to support somebody financially. Me, I don't have a problem, you know, handling everything financially. I don't have a problem with that. I don't think that make me better than a man who don't want to do that. And today, you know, we're typically with this society, we're engineered to be more partners in relationships when it comes financially, because, you know, with this economy and shit like that, it just makes sense. You make 100,000, I make 175,000. That's $275,000. It's just smarter to do it that way. You understand, financially. So there's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, older women tend to be more stable, and they can come to the table, you know, with their own income, and you can combine incomes, and you can make it a lot better. You can make your situation a lot better. Not even only better, but it's easier. When both people have their things together, it's easier financially. You know, you don't have to bear the whole weight financially. Now, you do get more benefits if you're a man of, you're a solid dude and you handling everything financially while your girl doing the house stuff and shit like that. You get more benefits. And I don't want to say more benefits, but your woman can, there's pros to that versus you having a woman who's working all day while you working all day and shit like that. Like, a woman who working all day, she working 8, 10, 12 hours. When she come home, she may not feel like rubbing your feet or giving you a back rub. She may need a back rub, but then you need a back rub too because you've been working 8, 10 hours. Then what do? There's solutions, but I'm just saying, versus if you out all day and your woman doing the house stuff and she chilling and she getting things ready for you when you come home, it's just easier. And so I would prefer that. But, it's 1,000,001 ways to skin a cat. You don't have to do the same thing as everybody else. It don't make you less of a man because you and your woman split things financially 50-50. So a lot of older women come to the table with that. So I will say that. Now, another pro is older women are more experienced. In general, in life, they have different perspectives. They have a more accurate assessment of the world, whereas a lot of younger women are goofy. They don't know what the fuck they be talking about. And also they have the positive energy that you can feed off of. They have the optimistic energy that you can feed off of. A lot of the insight speech is goofy because they haven't lived and they don't have the experience. Whereas, you got a woman who's older and has lived, who's accomplished some things. You can get like some real value in picking her brain and chopping it up with her and just, getting the value out of her that way. You see what I'm saying? They can provide value, life, home, business, work, whatever the case may be. They can provide that type of value because they have the experience in whatever area. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of my homegirls that's, 30 plus, they lawyers, they got businesses, successful businesses, all type of shit. So, like my homie that's a lawyer. My homegirl that's a lawyer, she can benefit from, her man can benefit from that. You see what I'm saying? Greatly, just from her insight. Got another homegirl that's running a successful business. Couple homegirls running successful businesses. Got a homegirl, she runs a digital marketing agency. So if her man was trying to start a business, you see what I'm saying? They can provide value versus a chick who 21, just basically energy and sex and little, frivolous shit. Not even frivolous shit, but just little things that you can basically outsource. But so I would give that to older women. They come with more value in that regard. Another positive for older women is they have a lot more emotional control than younger women. And again, for me, that's huge, right? Older women have been in situations, right? Older women have been in situations when they were younger that had them looking stupid, or they had to be accountable for their behavior and their bad behavior that was based on not being able to regulate their emotions. Older women have been through some shit to where they did some dumb shit when they was younger. You can talk to every older woman, they done did some goofy shit and it got them in some trouble, or it embarrassed them, or it shamed their family or something. And, they've learned to control their emotions and not do goofy shit. Doing wild shit. Like an older woman, like they be having too much shame to like call you 1,000,000 fucking times and shit and sweat you. Like you at work, you trying to work and bitch popping up at your job, calling you 1,000 times and shit. Older women typically not gonna do that. Now, they know how to when they control them emotions, you can't pretty much. Well, now the thing with that is they may not do that, but an older woman will move on faster. So if there's some bullshit going on and you dragging it and you playing the whole hard to get game, an older woman is not gonna chase you forever. Whereas a young bitch will chase you around for the next 10 years. But a woman who's 33, 32, she's not gonna do that. She's not gonna chase you around if you rejecting her. She can control herself. Yes, she's not gonna do all the other shit, but she'll also move on. If she see that, hey, this ain't really serving me. They've learned that if something ain't serving them, move on. You see what I'm saying? And to me, that's a good thing. I would rather a woman like that than a woman who can't control her fucking emotions. I would rather a woman leave me if I'm rejecting her than make my life a living hell because I'm rejecting her. You understand what I'm saying? Older women, typically, generally speaking, I'm not saying it's not no older, goofy women, but generally speaking, older women do have that emotional control. Now, the next positive thing that the next positive thing that for me that older women have is they have more to lose in regards to like they just don't do goofy shit or illegal shit to get back at you. Like they're not gonna fucking again pop up at your job and be fucking vandalizing your house because they don't want to go to jail because they got bills and kids and a job to fucking maintain. So you don't have to worry about a lot of that type of drama with older women. And that's something that I like about older, more mature women. It's not as dramatic and emotional neuroticism and emotional charged bullshit like it is with younger women. That's, again, I hate that about younger women. You know, older women are typically, not to say that there's not bullshit, that there ain't gonna be conflict, but like drama and shit. Like an older woman, it's a regular older woman. I ain't talking about no hood rat. An older woman like that got, you know, stability. She got a job or a kid or two. Like you're not gonna really see her doing the most on Facebook and putting the business out on and all that old goofy shit. You're not gonna see that. Now, so dumb young old hoes, yes, but generally you see that with younger women. Now, let's see, where am I at? Another thing about older women that I like the last pro about older women. And again, there's more pros, but this is the last one. I'm kind of trying to move on quick because we run into to where it's time to end the show. So I'm trying to going on a little faster than I normally am. The last pro with older women is typically, generally, they don't play a lot of the emotional games. Now, all women are manipulative and shit. Like, all women, especially feminine women, are manipulative. But they don't play a lot of the games and the toxic games that young, immature women play. Like an older woman is not going to, generally, an older woman is not going to see you text her and then leave you on red all day so you can get in your feelings. Older women don't play games like that. Generally, again, generally. An older woman is not going to, because the thing is, they know that the time is ticking, right? And they've fumbled a couple bags here and there, right? They fumbled a couple bags here and there. And so typically when they get a good man, a woman who's mature, when she sees a good man, she's not going to play about him. Now, maybe if you're a sucker, this is the thing. If you're a sucker, if you're a dude who a duck, and I'm talking about real dudes, but if you're a dude who a sucker, if you're a man who a simp, you're a man who a sucker, I'm not talking about you. If you're a duck or you're a sucker, you're going to always be played with. You're going to always get toyed with. I don't give a fuck what age the woman. You're going to always be taken advantage of, period. So I'm not talking about if you're a sucker, right? But just from a real dude's perspective, a real thorough guy, when an older woman come across you, she's not going to play with you. Versus when a younger woman come across you, she thinks she got to do all type of toxic games. She don't know her value, so she don't know how to provide you value. So she gonna play games with you. That shit is annoying. She gonna get testy. She gonna be running her fucking mouth. Whereas older women know better than that. If you're a real dude, older women know better than that generally. Now there's some times to where you may get a woman who's 30. She's been in a relationship for, the last 8 years. And so maybe when her and her dude got into a conflict, it was okay to be toxic and be disrespectful. And so when she get with you, she think that that's okay. Long as you check that and, you that guy, it'll stop. So I'm not saying that an older woman is ain't going to come with no problems or whatever. A lot of the times it be conditioning from the last relationship. But, typically younger women don't know better. So younger women are typically more disrespectful. They play more stupid games. They play like just childish bullshit, manipulation. And again, all women are manipulative to a degree, but I'm talking about the games, playing the toxic, childish, egotistical games. silent treatments and little bullshit. Typically, older women ain't gonna play with you like that if you that guy, and that's just because they done fumbled a bag or two like that before. Like there's women who have fumbled me before. You see what I'm saying? And now they know to never play with somebody like that again. There's women who came into the gate playing some bullshit. I peeped it. I cut them off, and I'm pretty sure they'll never do that again. Whereas younger women haven't had that experience because guys are fucking so, you know, guys are letting them get away with shit. Older women been around and to know that ain't, you can't be doing that. And so it's a lot as far as the drama and the games and the stupid bullshit games go. It's a lot. Like you text her, you get a woman who's a little bit older, you text her, she gonna text you right back. Or she gonna let you know, hey, you know, I'm busy. It's just different. It's just for me, it's just easier. So those are the pros to older women. And again, I can go on and on. It's way more. Now let's get into the cons. And I'm gonna try to be fast with this. Because I like to keep these to like an hour. So the cons to older women: more baggage, more life baggage, more trauma, more emotional baggage, more fucking kids, baby daddies, all type of shit. So with older women, and that's even generally, because if a woman is 33, she's didn't have a kid. A lot of women that age have a kid, have been in a relationship, have been hurt, have been down, all this old shit. So it just comes with more baggage. It just is what it is. And I know like how certain things with younger women are a deal breaker for me. I know this piece specifically is a deal breaker for a lot of my guys out there. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to say that for the record. If these cons, if it's a deal breaker for you, you're not wrong for that. You don't make you no sucker, no shit like that. A lot of guys, especially the guys that don't have kids, don't like women with kids or don't want to deal with women with kids. And I say you shouldn't. If you don't have kids, you shouldn't deal with no woman that got kids. You just should not. Me personally, I typically don't care, just depending on how the children were conceived. If the children were from long relationships, that I understand. If the if the children was, she was on some whole shit and she had one night stands and so she got 4 kids by 4 baby daddies, they wasn't never together, I'm cool on that. If she got dusty baby daddies who be doing dusty shit, I'm cool on that. But typically if a woman has a couple kids, I'm okay with that because I'm bringing to the table children. I have 3 children and I'm not a weekend dad. You understand what I'm saying? So I've been in my kids' life since they was babies, since they was born, watched them be born. With my boys, I watched my boys be born. But and I've been there every step of the way. I'm like very involved. I'm very active. So a woman get with me, she damn near got to be a stepmom. It just is what it is. I'm very involved and active in my children's life. In fact, when I get done with this, I got to go get them from school. So, so any woman dealing with me, I'm bringing that. So I'm not. I could be a little bit fair in that regard, but if I did not have children, I wouldn't date no woman with no kids. You understand? So, again, just older women, they just have more baggage, more trauma. They've been through more. They've been hurt more. They've been, they're more guarded and shit. They're more, it's just more shit. Like older women, like how I was saying, like when I was saying like how younger women, like they're more open to leadership, whether it's good or bad. Like younger women are like that. Like they're more open and ready to be led, regardless if you're a good dude, a bad dude, whatever. Older women, not so much. Older women are a little bit more reserved or a little bit more hesitant than following you because they've been burned a lot. Especially if they've been burned a lot, they're a little bit more hesitant. They want to see a little bit more effort. They want to see a little bit more, they want to see a little, they just need to see more before they just give themselves to you in that way. And sometimes that could be a headache, but that comes from baggage. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the first con. Now the second con is a lot of older women generally are set in their ways. They just are. And you got to think, and again, to a lot of guys, that may be a con. For me, I got game. That shit don't mean nothing because my program better than hers. You can just tell by the way I'm living. I'm more than likely happier. I'm more than likely more stable. And I don't want to say I'm happier, but I'm doing all right. So, it would benefit you to either merge or whatever than for me to do shit your way. And you can clearly see that. So, well, for me, that's not a big deal. But for a lot of guys don't like women who set in their ways. Again, I got game. I can throw all that shit out the window. But a lot of older women are very, very much set in their ways. Like they are, they have a way of doing things. They have a routine. They have a system. Whereas all younger women, they just open and ready to follow and do whatever because they don't have anything. Older women have a system. They have a way of doing things. They come up with a philosophy, an ideology from living through life and making mistakes, and they have guards up. So they have a system. And so with an older woman, if your system ain't stronger than what theirs is, they ain't gonna really give you that level of cooperation, and that can be a very bad thing. You see what I'm saying? That can be a very bad thing, which makes younger women way more appealing. And a younger women seem way more easygoing. It just is what it is. A lot of older women are set in their ways. It is what it is. Now, the next con for older women is fertility issues. We already know that's biology. The older a woman get, the harder it is for her to have kids, the more problematic the birth can be as the older she gets. And, guys that want families want children. So I can't even spend too much time on that. Now, the next one, and this is a deal breaker for most of my guys out there, I understand. Older women typically have more mileage. Generally, they just have more mileage. They've been around longer. So the longer a car has been around, the likely it is to have a little bit more miles on that thing than a woman who's 19, 20. It just is what it is. That ain't even nothing to have no long rant about. It's nothing to have no long rant about. Older women, clear and cut, have more miles. Generally, they've been around the block. They done had their whole phases. They done been in and out of relationships. They done, typically, generally. So it is what it is. Pick your poison. Now, that's not to say younger women don't have a lot of bodies too, because truth be told, a lot of younger women catch their bodies between 18 and 20. A lot of women, when women have these super high body counts, generally a lot of younger women catch their bodies between 18 to 20, 21. And I even go on to say from 15 to 20, 21. So by the time a woman turned 22, 23, she done got the whole shit out of her system already. And so you be here this younger, you think she pure and shit. Bitch was a dog in high school. You see what I'm saying? Bitch was a dog her freshman year in college, the first 2 years in college. But you thinking she young, so a lot of women accumulate their bodies very young, and it generally leave their system by the time they 22, 23, 24. That whole shit leave their system. But yeah, older women just have a little bit more mileage on them. And a lot of you guys don't like them cars with them high miles, and I understand that because high mileage comes with more baggage. It comes with more trauma. It comes with a little bit more emotional coldness. It comes with a little bit more. You got to, do too much to warm the car up. A lot of women with a lot of mileage, it's hard for them to, it's hard for them to orgasm and shit like that. So that I do understand. Now, you catch your older woman who don't got a lot of miles, you're in there, you go, right? Now, this one is a big one. This last con, a lot of older women have a lot of physical insecurities. A lot of women are insecure about their bodies, but it's one thing to be, you're 21 and you think, your eyebrows or whatever, you think you don't like your nose and shit. It's another thing to know that, you don't like your nose, but then your nose is starting to wrinkle because you're starting to get old. And here this little 22-year-old chick is hot, stunning, and she ain't got no stomach or nothing. So a lot of older women deal with physical insecure issues. And you'll see a lot of them even start to regress to try to recapture their youth and try to get that attention they got when they was younger. You see this happen about when women turn, like right before they turn 30, 27, 28, 29, like 30, you'll see a lot of women generally start to like dressing. Because when they get out of this phase, they get out of their little phase, 22, 23, 24, they be chilling. But then once before they start getting over that, they start to get up to the hill a little bit, they'll start to, even start going out again, just trying to like cash in on that attention. And then you see it later on, like when they start hitting 40, like 40, 41, they need that attention because they know them that physical look is drying up. You know, it's that milk starting to spoil. You see, and it don't feel good when you used to be hot and used to be desired, and you're not desired no more. Any man that has been up and been in a high status and they've had a lot of a little bit of status, a little bit of money, and then they fell down and people treat them different. You know how that feel. I've been there before. So it just don't feel good when you was the man or you was that chick, and then people don't see you the same no more. And as you age, it ain't no turning that beauty around, baby. And so a lot of women go through that. So a lot of the times you'll see, them physical insecurities start manifesting in an older woman's behavior. Again, 28, 29, 30, then like when they start to hit 40s and shit. You see what I'm saying? So, and that can even, manifesting itself in a woman, regressing back into like a hoe phase or attention-seeking behavior, going to parties, or she can just be a lot meaner to people because she feel bad about herself. Like even the way that she treat the people closest to her, even the way that she treat her man, it'll be different based on the way that she's feeling about herself. So, them physical insecurities start showing up. It could be heavy. So that's one of the cons, and that's a big con for me. But again, I pick my poison. I would rather deal with a woman who's, between 27 to 35 than a woman who's 18 to 24 any day of the week. So, the pros and cons to me from the cons of a younger woman versus the cons of an older woman outweigh for me. So I would rather deal with the cons of, who I am as a man, would rather deal with the cons of an older woman, and that the pros of an older woman mesh more with who I am as a person, the stability, the experience, the emotional control, them not doing goofy shit because they have more to lose. Like, I'm a public figure now, like a popular public figure now. Like I need a woman with a little bit more emotional controls. I need a woman who got something to lose, who feel like they have something to lose. You see what I'm saying? I need a woman who's not wearing me down with the bullshit games and shit, wearing my energy down with bullshit games and little bullshit that a lot of the younger women do. So the pros and the cons of the older women, it just fits who I am as a person better. It may not be like that for you, and that's okay. And that's another thing I want to talk about real quick before I get out of here. Guys, man, we all different people, man. Like, you don't have to disrespect somebody because they prefer something different or they see the world a different way than you. Like, a lot of guys, like, get out their body and they get disrespectful. And I understand that it's online. And a lot of them dudes will never do that to a motherfucker face in person. But I can come out and say, I don't eat pussy because it's submissive. Meaning, I don't eat pussy because it's submissive, right? That's the way that I see the world. And that's my preference. You don't have to disrespect me or get out your fucking body because of the way that I see the world. That's fucking childish. It's immature. And that's what fucking young, immature hoes do. Think everything apply to them and think somebody's downing them or think somebody's attacking them because they voice a preference or they voice an opinion. See that shit in my comments all the time. I'm going to start blocking you goofy motherfuckers for that. And it's not about that. I don't give a fuck what you comment. But if you goofy, man, you don't deserve good game, bro. You don't deserve to follow me. You don't deserve the game that I'm giving if you goofy like that. You see what I'm saying? So just because you prefer younger women, don't make you dumb. It don't make you goofy because of your preference. It makes you goofy by the things that you do. It makes you a real dude by the things that you do. You see what I'm saying? So don't get in the comments and be, if you like older dudes, you low value. A lot of these if you like older women, like a lot of content creators will say some shit like, if you like a woman over 23, that means you're low value. You're not. It's just goofy bullshit. And these the same dudes ain't never really had no success. The same dudes be lying like a motherfucker. So, just faking the phone just for to push a fucking narrative. But I said that to say, man, we all different. We all like certain things, and that don't make you what you like, don't make you who you are, make you any more or less of a man than the next man is. It's what you do, your merits, and how you handling your business is what makes you a goofy or a real man. And when you get on the internet or whatever and you down another person or disrespect another man because they don't see the world the way that you see it or they don't like the same things that you like, that shit childish, it's goofy, and it's fucking juvenile. And I wish a lot of you guys get off that goofy ass bust ass shit. You see what I'm saying? That don't make you a simp because you don't care if a woman got kids or not if you would date her. That don't make you a simp at all. It don't make you a simp. Why the fuck would it make a guy who got 3 kids a simp if he date a woman that got 2 kids? Don't make you a fucking simp. A simp is a woman who put a woman on a pedestal and who let women take advantage of him. That's what a simp is. Period. You know, now is that for you? No, it don't make you washed up or fucking high value because because you only fuck with women who are under 22, 23. Personally, I think it's stupid. I think guys like that don't know what the fuck they doing. But is that for me to disrespect them or whatever? No. I think guys who wife a young woman that's 21 years old, I think that's crazy. I think my opinion on it is I think that it's absolutely insane. But don't give me a right to disrespect somebody, call somebody at their motherfucking name, or make a video about them or get in their comments downing them and shit like that. That's what he want to do with his life. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to get off that bullshit of, especially with men together, tearing each other down or thinking you bigger and badder than a motherfucker because you have a preference or something. Dude just made a comment on my thing. I ain't say nothing about black women, but I would never marry a white woman or a Spanish woman or Asian woman or none of that shit, me personally. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I want to marry my kind. I want to have children, but I want to have black children, period. I don't want to have fucking Asian children. I don't want to have, fucking European children or white children. I want to have black children, bro. What's wrong with that? But, dude get in my comments on, if you still like black women, you're a simp. And no, black women don't treat me bad, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying? Why do I have to be disrespected because of my preference? Because I would rather date black women. I was a point in my time where all of them could get hit. I hit them all. But as far as taking any woman seriously, I just rather prefer to date black women. You see what I'm saying? I don't have a bad experience. I don't date women that wear weave and hood rest and shit. My woman is a black woman who wear her natural hair. And any woman that you've ever seen me with, and that's before I got on YouTube, that's before people was on TV talking about it. Any woman that you've ever seen me with wore her natural hair, period. So, any woman that I got kids with wear their natural hair. So that's just me. But do that make me a simp or goofy or shit? No, it don't. Do it make you goofy because you only like white women? I have an opinion. I think something of it, but that give me the right to fucking disrespect you and call you out your body, get out my body, talking crazy to you and all that shit. Y'all got to cut that goofy shit out because y'all on the internet and you think a motherfucker won't get up with you and punch you in your motherfucking mouth or do something to you. You see what I'm saying? That shit goofy. Get off that. But anyway, guys, that's been that. Seduction Mastery is releasing. If you're listening to this is a Friday, 11/17, November 17th. So if you're listening to this the day it drops, Monday, we are launching Seduction Mastery. Go to theseductionmastery.com or to get on the wait list. And everybody else, by the time you hear this, it'll be out. Hopefully you catch it before we close the enrollment. We close the enrollment on November 24th. So November 24th is the last day that you can get it. You get 7 programs, 7 courses. You get 12 meetings with me. You get access into the Players Club. Can't beat that. Can't beat that price. And also I have payment plans available. I forgot to mention that earlier. There will be payment plans available. So make sure you take advantage of that. And that'll be here Monday, November 20th. But anyway, guys, that's been that. Like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you can get this good player-ish fresh off the press. Y'all know my slogan, playerism is indeed the antidote to feminism. I'm gone.